Welcome to Life Conversations with the Kelvins and a happy new year to you. I hope your year has started off well, just like ours has. And today we continue on with our talk, mistakes to avoid while dating. Baby, we have 3 more remaining that we want to tackle.
Right. And today should be the last installment in this series.
Yes.
Awesome.
And they are what you're going to look at is failing to plan for the future, failing to agree on major issues, and comparison with other couples.
All right.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned a really interesting one.
Yeah.
Failing to plan for the future. And I remember this quote I read a couple of years back, that the future comes one day at a time. When most of us begin talking about the future, we think the future is very far away. We think it's 8 years away, it's 7 years away, it's 15 years away. But what we fail to realize is that the future comes one day at a time. And even in the era and in the area of relationships, if we fail to plan, the future still comes. It does not wait. It does not say because they have not planned, they have not discussed, let's hold on. It comes. And you see, what planning does, especially in relationship, it helps the couple achieve the vision they had set for themselves when they began. For instance, if you want to travel to Mombasa or Kisumu or Dubai or wherever, the vision is the destination. The plan is how to get there. So you see, if you want to go to Mombasa, then Mombasa becomes the vision. Then the plan is how to get there. You have to decide if you're going to walk, run, board a bus, board a train, or fly. So let's pick flying as the next thing. So already the moment you cast a vision, your brain begins pushing you to formulate a plan. So far you have discussed, we have looked at the mode of travel, how you get to the destination, which is Mombasa. So you've picked flying. So what's the next thing you need to fly? Number one, you need to choose an airline that you're going to use. You need to book. Then once you book, you need to make sure you check in on time. You need to make sure your luggage is packed on time. All these are aspects of planning. And the same case should apply in relationships. That when the two of us begin going out, we should not just laugh and go to Java and take each other out and do selfies and what have you. We ought to have some serious dates whereby we meet to plan for our future. For example, we've begun dating in January of 2020. We want to get married in April of 2021. What is the budget? How are we going to raise that money? Where are we going to live? Who is going to officiate our wedding? Will it be a church wedding or an open ground wedding? I mean, who are we going to invite? Where do our parents come in? You see, when it comes to a relationship, planning is so vast. And when it is ignored, things begin cropping up when they should not crop up. Because there's something you failed to do. And when you get to the point where you need it to deliver for you in that relationship, it will not deliver for you. Case in point, we've discussed physical and sexual boundaries. It's still part of planning. You've got to plan. If we have agreed not to meet at our place, at your place, at my place, then where will we meet? If this planning is not put in place, guess what? I'm going to miss you crazily. You're going to miss me. And we will want to meet. We will not think of where to meet because there is no plan in place. We will meet at your place or at my place in my bed sitter with no couch. We'll sit on the bed. And because of lack of planning, one thing may lead to the other and we find ourselves messing up. Yes.
I totally agree with you. You know, when you were talking, I was just thinking, the example you used, we start dating this year and we want to get married next year in April. And we've not planned our way. So there's literally the coming year, maybe around February, March, this crisis. You're in too much pressure because you want to do a lot of things in very short time. You may even end up fighting one another a lot. You may end up in stress that you're not even supposed to be in. So truly, planning is really important. Not just for peace of mind. But even for you to know, okay, what are we lacking?
Yes.
Where should we get wisdom to do particular things? Where should we go from here? It's easier even for you to know, are we ready?
Yes.
Because when we've planned, it's easier for you to say, looking at our timeline, I don't think we're ready for this.
We need to adjust here, here, and here.
It's easier to know how to maneuver around when we plan ourselves.
And today, baby, as you're speaking, I just keep on remembering quotes. I don't know what effect you're having on me today. You're bringing my memory back. A couple of years back, I read a quote that really blessed my heart. It changed the way I thought. It was written, lack of planning on your end should not be an emergency on my end. And you see what couples do, they fail to plan, especially in matters budget, in matters planning for their wedding. And like you said, the last minute, the last 4 or 5 weeks is when they want everyone to put their lives on hold for them. Lack of planning on their end should not be an emergency on their, or rather to their service providers.
That's right.
To the people they have approached to help them raise money. It should not be an emergency. So guess what happens when there's no planning? Crisis. And the sad thing about lack of planning is that when things begin to fall apart, they all fall apart at the same time. I remember when we were planning our wedding, the last maybe month, the pressure, the questions, the things we had to do. Baby, if we had not put a plan a year well in advance, we would fight a lot. Because do you remember how moody we would get? When we've called a service provider, they've not answered. They don't want to commit. You get moody at the service provider, but you project it on the person that you love.
It's so
imagine this happened to us and we had a plan. Assume we never had a plan.
It would have been worse.
We don't know who to work with. We don't know how to engage them. We don't know when to engage them. So the wisdom here is from day one when you begin dating, a plan must be put in place. Where are you going? How will you get there? What do you need to get there? Who do you need to help you to get there?
That's right.
And this planning is not just on wedding matters, my wife. It's on other issues as well. As a couple, do you have a plan to pray together?
As you mentioned it looks like something far-fetched. Really planning to pray.
We are both
born again.
To read the Bible.
I mean, these are things you actually think you do naturally, but they're not natural things to do. You seriously need to plan about it. I think it gets harder even when you're married. Because it truly looks simple. Truly looks simple. But when you're inside, now we are married together and things just, time just passes and
I remember a moment of vulnerability right here. When the two of us were dating, we never struggled to pray together. We never struggled to study the word together. However, when we got married, my goodness, right from the first week, there was a challenge in praying together. Now we've been married 4 years and a couple of weeks, and I will tell you, it hasn't gotten easier. But babe, you see, even within the confines of marriage, we have had to come up with a prayer plan. We've had to print a Bible study reading schedule. We've had to submit ourselves to an accountability group because all these are aspects of planning. And the number one reason why relationships become boring is lack of planning.
I agree with you. This next point that we want to talk about, let me read it. Failing to agree on major issues.
Ooh, this is a tricky one.
And one of the things that I know couples would fight about is if they're born again and they're going to different places of fellowship. That is an area that couples need to plan about. When we're dating, we know you said you were fellowshipping in another church and I'm fellowshipping in another church. If we just take it for granted that
things will fall into
place. They'll fall into place. We'll decide as we're moving forward. That is a very, very dangerous place to be. Couples need to decide from the word go. Will I come to where you're fellowshipping, or will you come to where I'm fellowshipping?
Yes.
Because I realize different churches, yes, we are of the same body, I would say.
Yes.
Protestant body. Like us, we are from the Protestant body.
Yeah.
Different churches have different protocols or different
ways
cultures.
Of doing things.
Of the way that they do things. And so if you decide, okay, we'll fall into place down the line. You would fight a lot here. Then when it comes to, we are close to that time, maybe before the wedding day, we've not yet decided. Or after the wedding day, then we're thinking,
so
do I want to go
to church? Yeah.
That becomes a point of fighting.
It becomes an issue. And you see, the wisdom to apply herein is, if you're getting married to a man, then his God becomes your God. His church becomes your church. His pastor becomes your pastor. But then sometimes it's not that black and white.
That's right.
Especially when both of us are Christians and born again and walking with the Lord. Case in point, let's assume I come from church A, you come from church B.
Yeah.
But you are employed in church B.
That's right, yeah.
And I am currently jobless.
Yes.
I am hunting for a job.
Yeah.
Wisdom is I humble myself and lead myself to move into your church.
Yeah.
There is nothing that really changes so long as the two of us are in agreement.
Yes.
Because truth be told, the fact that you're earning from that church or from that area will help us before I am able to provide for the family as a husband.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily very black and white. The key issue is, as we are dating, have we agreed on this as one of the major differences? If we agree, it don't matter who goes where, so long as the agreement is there.
That's right.
And there are times the couple refuses to agree. The girl does not want to leave her church, and the guy does not want to leave her church. Again, the wisdom to use is walk away from both churches and look for another neutral church that both of you can belong to. It may not be an easy thing because you formed relationships. Maybe you form a relationship with the pastor. But for the sake of your relationship, if you can find another Bible teaching, Christ believing church, there is really no harm in moving churches. Right? But then there is another one that couples ignore. How many children will we have? And at what frequency will we have these children? Because the husband may say, I want 4 kids. You see, this is a couple that never discussed this when they were dating. They assumed, they took it for granted. Now they're married, they've gone for their honeymoon. The season is about ripe now for children, for conception. And then from nowhere, the husband asks, so babe, how many children would you like? And the wife goes, 1. Huh? 1. Are you sure? Are you serious? Do you know I have got the capacity to give you 10 children? My seeds do not expire. And right there, a battle ensues. Because the wife wants 1 baby, the husband wants 2, 3, 4. And if you remember, on our maybe 2nd or 3rd week of dating, I gave you my terms, let me call you that. Told you my wife, I want a big family. Or rather my girlfriend, I want a big family. Are you in or are you out? Because you see, if we fail to agree on that, when we are dating, it will be very quiet. It will be very peaceful until it is time to have children. And then we'll begin fighting. You see, this one begins creating a strain. And when a husband and the wife are fighting, their prayer life is affected. The emotional connection is affected. Their physical and sexual intimacy is affected. Not because they are bad people, because they failed to agree on a major difference that they were supposed to agree upon before they got married. So this is a shout out to everybody who's watching this episode. Do not sign that certificate until you have agreed on major issues. And my wife, we haven't finished these major issues.
Tell me another one.
This is a critical one.
Tell me. What
mode of family planning will we use? Are we going to use the condom? Are we going to do the coil? Are we going to do chemical family planning? Are we going to do withdrawal before discharge? I am scared about that one. Men who who can handle that. Their self-control is on a higher level. I envy them, and I don't want to get to their level. I'm okay where I am.
And there's another one you haven't mentioned from the ladies' part.
Which one?
Counting your safe days. There's usually
that's also
like
tricky.
That. Yeah,
that's also tricky.
Very tricky. Yeah.
This is also another area that when dating, a couple needs to seek professional medical advice. Because you see, when it comes to this, it is more scientific than it is even spiritual. So wisdom to borrow, to follow here is look for a gynecologist, book an appointment, and discuss the various family planning methods that are in the market. And as a couple does this, they need to critically ask, what are the side effects of each?
Yes.
Because there are some very effective, but they cause mood swings. They cause weight gain. Some cause weight loss. Now, before you get to the point of making a decision, a couple needs to know what are the side effects. And one thing that I will forever thank my pastor for is, remember he sent us for a HIV test? Oh, a test needs to be done. Story for another day. He sent us for that HIV test because our church demands a HIV test. And the lady we talked to brought up the issue of family planning. We had never thought about it.
That's right,
And it was about maybe 3-4 weeks.
Somewhat.
Into the wedding date. And we had never discussed family planning. It was something totally new for us. Now, what I loved about it, we had already set a precedence of discussing things from the same platform. So it wasn't a fight. It was, can we look at the options available? Can we get all the knowledge about them and discuss? And I remember researching about the coil, about the pill. I never really looked at withdraw before discharge. I don't trust myself. It's good to be honest. I don't trust myself. I didn't fancy the idea of safe days because again, we were very careful and we are very on agreement on when we need to get pregnant, when we wanted to get. So for me, those two are a bit risky, but there are couples that it works for. The Lord bless them. And we sat down. And I remember personally as a man, all or rather 99% of family planning is left to the wife. It is left to the woman. It is something that we men have walked away from. And I said I wanted to do something that will give you peace. And that's how we arrived at the mode that we use. But capture this, if we did not agree, and then we get into marriage, I don't want us to get pregnant immediately, and I force you to be swallowing a pill every now and then. I force you to get that injection because I don't want to take responsibility. The thing is, agree on this as a difference before you get married, such that when you begin living together, you already know what form of family planning you are gonna use.
And before we continue with this conversation, let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Live Conversations with the Kelvins. And in the event you're joining us today for your first time, we are active on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram at Live Conversations with the Kelvins. So subscribe, like, and share as we learn and grow together. My wife, just before we close today's discussion, there's one more thing that we cannot overlook. there are couples who get together. They start going out. But as they go out, they begin noticing other couples in their social circle. And they begin comparing themselves or their relationship to the ones they see. And the next mistake that we want to address and give you wisdom on how to avoid is comparing yourself with other couples. My wife, take us on.
You know what is challenging about that is, first of all, both of you are different. I mean, like, let's take one couple and the other. The man in this, let's say A and B, the man in A is different from the man B. Lady A from A is different from Lady B. So truthfully, from that, just thinking about that, you can't be the same. They can't be the same. Not even talking about status. You'd find maybe this couple, they can go to well-off, better places than the others. When you start comparing ourselves, you bring pressure and stress to yourself that it's unwarranted. So I wouldn't even advise anyone to start looking at the other. We are totally different. You'd find maybe they've dated longer. You've not dated as much. You'd find like the way you call me babe, or you'd like to hold my hand, or you like to hold my waist like this. That's you. That's your kind of expression. Like we had mentioned in previous episodes, you'd find man A's love language is different from man B's love language. So if man B likes gifts more, he may not necessarily really appreciate touch as much as the other does. So knowing oneself, even as you're dating, is paramount.
I like when you say knowing oneself. Do you know where comparison is born? It is born in the labor word of lack of identity. When you know yourself, you will not compare yourself with other people. Let me give you this example I love giving. You go to a parking lot. There are Toyotas, there are Hondas, there are Hyundais, there is the Mercedes-Benz. Now, one thing is very critical. You will notice. The Mercedes-Benz sits quietly. Does not make noise. But you go to lesser valued cars, the owners will want to amplify their look. They will do graffiti. They will do car detailing. Not that there is anything wrong with that, but the Mercedes-Benz, it leaves the showroom ready for the market. You need not add anything.
That's right.
And you see, you'll never see a Mercedes-Benz arguing with a Toyota. I am faster than you. I am more good looking. It never compares itself with any other car on the road. And even when you're driving and a Mercedes-Benz whizzes past you, you will notice. Not any other car has overtaken me. Do you know why? The issue of identity. The inventor of the Benz was so clear on what he wanted, and he transferred that into the car, right? So when the car is released, every system is functioning perfectly. No need for comparison. When your identity as the boyfriend and as a girlfriend is real, is solid, is hidden and found in God, you will not have a need to compare yourself to any other person, to any other couple. Because you know why? Every couple's path is different. Look at the two of us. When we were dating, we didn't have money to go out. We dated in church, literally. You'd carry food and we come sit in the sound desk of the church, have our meal. I had an old laptop. Do you remember the one when you unplug the adapter, it goes off? The battery capacity was totally dead. And we would watch our movies there, listen to our sermons there. But what will happen if we looked at our friends who are dating and they could afford Java, they could afford CJs, they could go to IMAX for movies, then we begin comparison. But because we knew our path was different, we celebrated their path but stuck on our path. I'm remembering another scenario. There's a guy who owns several animals in his ranch. And of those animals, he owned a cheetah.
Yeah.
We know the cheetah is the fastest animal on land. And he owned quite some dogs.
Yeah.
So he said, we want to prove which one is faster between the cheetah and the dogs.
Yeah.
So they were all put in racing cages. And of course, they are trained animals. So they knew when the cage is opened, they were supposed to sprint out.
Yeah.
Babe, do you know what happened when they opened the cages? All the dogs sprang. They shot forward.
Yeah.
Like they shot forward.
Yeah.
The cheetah never moved. And you know what the cheetah said when it was asked why it never moved? It said, trying to prove yourself to people you are not in the same level with is insulting yourself. So in essence, the cheetah was saying, I am not in doubt that I am faster than a dog. But I would be foolish if I went out to prove this to dogs. These dogs would never respect me.
Yeah.
And you see, when you begin comparing yourself to other couples, you lose your originality and you begin copying what they are doing, which may not fit into your personality, into your character, into your likes and into your dislikes. So be like the cheetah. When they are doing Java and your personality calls for CJs, stick to CJs. When they are doing dates and your dating is more of road trips, stick to road trips. Because the more you compare yourself to other people, the more you lose your identity. And I seem to be having a lot of examples. Do you know what caused the devil to be cast out of heaven? It is comparing himself to God. Because scripture clearly states that he thought to himself, who said it is only God who can sit? Comparison. I mean, Lucifer was the praise and worship leader. I mean, when he sang in heaven, angels bowed. God lifted up his hands and it got into his head and he began comparing himself. Look at what he lost. He lost his position because of comparison. And if there is one thing that will cost you your authenticity as a couple, it is comparison. So guess what? You are an original. Do not live your life as a copy of another couple.
You've finished it. What to say? What to say? I don't even have much to say.
But I can say thank you for being real. Thank you for being you.
Thank you for allowing me to be me.
As we come to a close of today's conversation, we hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed having it with you, my wife. And we have looked at 3 critical mistakes that you need to work on. Number 1, you need to make sure that you have a plan for the future as you begin today. Secondly, you need to agree on major differences. And then thirdly, you've got to refuse and to decide not to compare yourself with other couples. So in the event in your dating relationship, you are struggling in any of these 3 areas, we welcome you to reach out to us through Facebook Messenger. You can send us an email on liveconversations88@gmail.com. That's liveconversations88@gmail.com. And let us know where your challenge is. And my wife and I will share the wisdom that God has given us and help you come out of it stronger, wiser, and better for your relationship. So this has been Life Conversations with the Kelvins. Until next time, keep it real.